Good morning, Canadian Yarn Heart. My name's Alyssa, and if you're new here, thank you very much for coming. I very much appreciate it. If you're a return viewer, thank you very much for coming back. I very much appreciate that. What I like to do here, I will say hi. There is Salem and Willow. So Willow's the one in the front, Salem's one at the back. You will always see them. But what I basically do here is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I like to do a quick daily update showing you a bigger project I'm working on in the background so that you have an idea when it comes to knitting and crocheting, how long some of this can take. I have seen videos of people get very frustrated of making a hat and it taking 8 hours. It is the way it is. It is the process sometimes. Some of these things like this cardigan, I'm pretty sure I made this in a weekend, whereas the one I'm working on now took me over a month. It's the stitch, it's all of it. It all matters. So I try to do quick daily update to keep you updated so you know how long something can take. That way you have a general idea of how, I do apologize about that, but a general idea of how a project can get done. Usually my project videos, which are done Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, just like this will be today's, they usually take a couple of hours. I think this one's going to take up to about 3, maybe 4. I don't think it'll be quite 4, but it probably will take at least an hour or 2. So it's something you can get done in a day or so. A nice, easier project to do. I would love to learn your like and subscription. I would love to hear from you. Any questions, comments, or concerns you have below. I love hearing from my viewers. I think that's great and awesome. It really helps. So I am going to move you over to the overhead cam and I'll start explaining all the materials and stuff, and we're going to get started. Okay, so the yarn I'm going to start with is this Simply Soft Caron Yarn Inspirations Party. It is, let me see, it is a 4. It does recommend a 5mm needle and a 5mm hook. It is machine washable and dryable. It is a 99% acrylic with a 1% metallic. That is what I did for the white. I really do like the sparkle in this. I can get this one. I used to be able to get it at Walmart. I do not know if Walmart still has it. I know Michael's and Len's Mills around Ontario will have it. I will link it in the description box below because I did have to buy some from Amazon. So it is on Amazon as well, and I will link that. This is a red chenille that I got from Amazon. I'm just going to turn my light on. There we go. That's a little better. I can see better now. This is 100% polyester. I did order this one on Amazon because it is a nice red, and that's what I was specifically looking for. Some of the reds around here aren't quite as vibrant. We have this Just Premier yarn, this Just Chenille from Premier, and it's called this one's called Cardinal. There are some good colors, but I really wanted the Santa color. And when I saw this one, it came in a pack of 3 for, I think it was $20. I'm not 100% sure on that. I will link it. It is a thinner chenille. So it is on the thinner side, so I do not mind. It has nothing on the label other than it's a polyester and it's 100-gram weight. Like, it literally has nothing on it. So can't really give you much on that. You will need a black velvet, which I do not believe I have up here, so I will have to grab that. And then this is from the dollar store. It is called Craft Cord. I got it from Dollarama, as you can see, $2. You will be using it for the buckle. It is just, I could not find a gold yarn that I liked. I tried very, very hard. I could not find it. This was what I came up with. If you have another idea, by all means, let me know. I have found gold embroidery, but I have not managed to purchase it yet. So if you do have an idea that you know of something that would work for gold, by all means, let me know, because that is something I am trying to do. Otherwise, it is a stretch cord. So there is give to it, and that is good in some ways, and that is frustrating in others. So the hook I'm going to use is a 3.5mm hook, and we're going to get started. Now I'm going to chain. You're going to want to leave a little bit of a tail because you are going to, well, no, actually this one you don't have to, because you're going to do this in rounds. So you don't have to actually leave a tail. So I'm going to leave even less of one. So if you want to know how I do a slip knot, I pinch my thumb and my index finger together, and I wrap it around. And then I pull it off my finger and I grab the yarn above it and pull through, and there's my slip knot. I'm going to do that again because I don't want a long tail. So that's about as good as I can get now. And now to make your chain, you're just going to pull through the loop, wrap around the hook and pull through the loop. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to keep going until I get 38, and I will come back and show you the next step. So I have my 38 stitches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it so that you see the bars on the back, and I'm going to go 1, 2, and then in the third one, I'm going to single crochet all the way across. So you just go in just like that. So you're going to go in, around the hook, pull through, around the hook again, and pull through both loops. Let's try that again. You go through the loop, put the yarn on your hook, come back through, put the yarn on your hook again, and pull through both loops. And you're going to do that all the way across, and you're going to continue that. I'll show you how to join them at the end. You can just go up and then seam it at the end if that's easier for you. I'm going to do this in the round because I hate seaming. So it's actually a much more comfortable fit without seaming. So I do have a purpose for it. So I am going to finish off. I will be back at the end of the row to show you how to close it together and to start the next row. Now, I'm sure some people prefer to go around in the loop, and that's totally fine yourself. I prefer to start it this way. It gives your arm a little bit more breathing room. So if your chain is a little tight, you have a little bit more space to actually just get it up your arm, which is what I found when I made the first one. So you want to just give yourself a little bit of room because you are going up higher on your arm. So you want to make sure that you have enough room. And if you didn't quite cast on enough stitches, or you don't have a loose enough chain by chance, this way you can give yourself a little bit more breathing space, because it will give you a little bit of a gap right here, and it'll just give you just the right amount of space if you haven't got quite enough room. Or like I said, if your chain is a little tighter than you wanted it to be, and I'll give you just a little bit more room and elasticity so that you can get your arm up and in it, and it'll fit comfortably. So I'm going to finish this row off. I will be back and I will show you the next step. So I'm done to that row. And what I'm going to do now is that's my inside. So I'm going to make sure there's no knots, no twists, no nothing. Slip stitch onto the 2 loops and pull it through all 3 loops. So like I said, you're going to have just a little bit of a mismatch right here. It won't quite match, but that's okay, because like I said, as you pull the gloves on, you're going to want that little bit of space as it goes up your arm, unless you don't make them as long. So now you're just going to single crochet in the round, and you're going to do that for 2.5 inches. So you want to get 2.5 inches here. I'm going to continue this way, going around just my single crochets for 2.5 inches. And when I come back, I will show you how to change over to the red and where we go from there. So I just got my 2.5 inches done. So if you measure it, they're perfect. I am going to pull out my scissors and trim. I'm then going to darn in both of these ends after I connect the red. Just going to have these here. Here's my red. And now I won't need the white until the end. So that's why I'm going to darn these up as soon as I get one row of velvet. So basically I'm just going to chain 3. I like to try and trap that little thread if I can, as you've seen. And then you're going to double crochet all the way around. And like I said, you're going to double crochet this for 4 inches. And you're going, so you're going to do this for 4 inches. And then we will change so that way I can do the thumb hole. So when I come back, I will have my 4 inches of double crochet, because this is basically the 1 row repeat. Actually, no, this isn't. This is a 2 row repeat. That's right. So I will stay for this row and the next row. And then I will come back. I forgot that I did this a slightly different way than just double crochet. So this is a double crochet, single crochet pattern. And I don't like how loose those were. So that's why I wanted to do the double crochet, single crochet, giving it a little bit more of a sturdier pattern. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do know that, oh, it's snowing real good now. When you do a double crochet pattern and it's a full double crochet pattern, it can feel a little open. But when you do a single in between the two, it kind of fills it out a little more. It looks really nice too. I find I really like this pattern. I'm actually doing it. I just did it for a hand towel I will be doing soon as well. So, and what I mean by that is I just have to film it. I have it upstairs or downstairs. I just have to bring it up and film. So you're just going to single crochet every stitch here, or double crochet, sorry. And then after that, you will be single crocheting the next row. And that is your 2 row repeat that you're going to do all the way for 4 inches. And I do recommend try it on as you're going. So grab it and put your arm through it. Make sure it can go on your arm, up your arm a little bit. You want to make sure that if you're going to do 4 inches here, that 4 inches will fit. So I definitely recommend trying it on as you work it. Make sure it'll fit. This is the time to pull it apart and frog it and restart it. Not when it's done and you're like, oh, I'm not happy with that fit. Always try it on. Always work with it, especially if it's done in the round like this. This one you can try on very, very easily. So we're just going to keep going around. And then, like I said, you're just going to want to do every single stitch. In this one is double crochet, and then the second row is single. I think especially with the chenille, it gives you a little bit of a sturdier stitch. I really do feel that way. I really like the way it looks. I've been using this particular pattern for many things, but the first thing I found it on was a room organizer, which I will eventually get around to doing one. I have one in my bathroom and one in my bedroom because it holds a bunch of nicks and crannies and stuff to get it off the floor and keeps the room organized. It was originally for a baby room, so you could put diapers and stuff like that in. I was like, I could use that for a bathroom. So I did. So that is going to be a future video. I just haven't gotten around to it. Really having trouble with that one. So now you're going to double crochet or double chain, and then you're going to single crochet in between each double crochet. So that is your 2 row repeat. It's very hard to get that little tail in the back there. Ooh. There we go. And that is why I like having tails done up, because as you saw, it created a hole that doesn't look nice, but that's because I have a thread that has an end there that is not held tight. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get my 4 inches. I will come back. I will show you what to do after that, and we'll be on the next step. So we're on our last red row, and what you want to do here is, no, I'm going to put it inside out because I did it the other way to work it up, but for me it's much better if I have it inside out. So I'm going to come and I'm just going to slip stitch these together this row. So there's your thumb hole. You're going to come up one. Now you're going to work 4 stitches in single crochet, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now this one you're going to decrease, and then you're going to do that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then just 2 work together and decrease, and you're just going to do that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are almost completely done the glove part of this now, and it did only take me about an hour to do the one, but I have had to pull it apart and redo it a couple of times because, just as a warning, 2, 3 and 4, if you're making 2 gloves and you think you have it all written down and you think you're doing it right and you're following it to exact perfection, sometimes it doesn't always work. So the best thing to do is to hold it to the one you have. And if that shows that you have to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease here. And then you should have about 3 or 4 stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to slip stitch. Now, I'm going to pull back that one. We're going to slip it, but we'll trim here. And then I'm going to, let me add my light. Now we're going to go back to the white, and you're going to do 1 row of single crochet here. Actually, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 5 rows here. Should say, I think I wrote this card and I messed it all up and I didn't realize it when I did that. So I'm trying to read my cheat sheet and I don't think it's working real well. So I'm just gonna here, oh, there we go. Grab it, and you're just going to single crochet all the way across using the white. And this is a great time when you're done the white to get rid of your tails so they're not in your way. And like I said, you can do this for 5 rows. So this is row 1. I will come back at row 5 and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I just finished it. I counted it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5. But if you do 5, it's not a big deal. So I did 4. And that's why you always double count, just in case. Always double, as the woodworking phrase goes, count, check twice, cut once. So I usually try to live by that. And now we're just going to darn in this thread. So as I said, I have it on the inside out, so that's why. Now you're going to turn it inside out. Now this part, you are very much going to want to position it. So that's my right glove, and here's my left glove. So now you're going to want to use black. So the black I have is Bernat Yarnspirations Velvet. I did pay $12.99. I think I paid that at Lens Mills because nowhere else gives a price tag. So it is a 5 bulky. It does recommend a 6.5 needle and a 6.5 hook. It does recommend hand washing and lay to dry. It is 100% polyester. However, I have put this in the washer and dryer many times and it works. Now, what you want to do here is do your slip knot again. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to chain about 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we're going to go 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be long enough, but this is our first check on it. So we just kind of want to, okay, so I'm going to do 40. 39, 40. So now I'm just going to grab the loop and I'm going to single crochet for 2 full rows. I think, right? Nope, just the one. I think there's 2 single crochets in there, so I'm going to do 2 single crochets. So I don't think one was quite enough. Or did I do double in there? I don't think I did double. No, I think I did 2 single crochets. As it looks. So I'm going to do 2 rows double crochet, or single crochet, I should say. Single, not double. So you're going to single crochet this one all the way down, and you're going to single crochet the row all the way back. I'm going to measure it up when I come back just to make sure it lines up with this one. I'm probably going to do it on this side, but I'm almost positive I can feel that single crochet in there. So I'm pretty sure there's a second one in there. So I'm going to finish this off. When I come back, I will show you how to do the buckle and then how to sew it on, and we should be done. Okay, so this is right. Having the second one, you can tell when you measure them together, but you don't want to add them yet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the gold and I'm going to start with a slip knot. And now you're going to chain 20, or I think it was 11 actually. Yeah, I think it was 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, this is not the easiest stuff to work with. I will own it. It is not the nicest stuff to work with, but it is giving me the color I want. So now I'm going to slip stitch that. And then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to come over here and you're going to pick which one you want. So 1, 2, 3. So right about that one. Oops. Wrong. So I'm just going to go in the hole. Just pull it out. And then just pull the 2 together. There we go. I know that looked complicated, and it is a little bit. That's not the right spot for that one. Let me just fix that. Twist it. That's why. All right, so then you're just going to put a slip stitch in here. And this is where you're going to chain 1. And now you're just going to chain 1, 2. And the third one, what you want to do is you're going to put 3 single crochets in this spot right here. So 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to come up here and you're going to single crochet 2, 1, 2. And as you can see, the elastic does actually help you here, gives you a little bit of working room. but it is still not nice to work with. 1, 2, 2, 3 to travel around the corner. Now tighten that one up because you really don't want that one getting in your way. Now what you're going to do is single crochet 1. This part is grab it and single crochet a second one. Single crochet a third one here. And then this one, you're going to do 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and you mainly do this basically by counting. And then 3 here, 1, 2, 3. You can grab one here, and then you want to grab that one there and single crochet together. So there we go. There's your buckle. You do not need a tail for this, but you do need to darn it up. So just a regular tail here. I have done multiple things now with this golden cord, and I still, as you can see, have a bunch left out of the one package. So it does actually go a fair way. As I said, it is not the nicest to work with, but if you're looking for gold, it is the best one to go with. So now what you're going to do is pull that one up and through. And as you can see, pretty much got the shape of it. You may have an extra chain in there just because it is stretchy. It will do that. Now this, you want a large ended open needle to get the thread through. But I got to tell you, this is where the elasticity really kind of works in your favor, because you can really get it in there, push it through, and you don't have a lot of trouble with that. And then this next one, you're just going to do the same thing, go up and through. You're just going to want to try to find stitches you can go into to give them a bit of structure. And this really shouldn't get a lot of heavy use, so it doesn't need too much darning in, but I will go a couple more times, trim both of these ends off. And now we are almost done. Now you want to thread the buckle onto your belt. So you want to thread it on, and as I said, you really want to make sure you get them right around the same height. You want to make sure that you're doing it opposite to the first one you make when you get to your second one. We're going to sew them together, and then before I'm done, I'm just going to attach them at the back here so that the belt doesn't fall off. So we're just going to come here, attach them together, making sure that you don't have a twist in them anywhere. So they look good. Tying this part up. So that way the belt is nicely attached here. So Santa's belt is good and strong. And then what you're going to want to do is flip them together and put it in the exact spot. And then just go behind and grab a couple of the red threads. So you're not even doing a lot to hold it into place. You're just lightly attaching it there, but that should just keep it so that you do not lose this area where the belt you want to stay. And then, as I said, you can just go back and forth, tightening that up. I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to tie these two together, so if by chance one comes undone, they are tied in together now too. And then I'm just going to darn these in. I'm going to finish off. I'm going to come back when I show you me wearing them, and we will be done. All right, there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy making these as much as I did, and I hope to see you again. Bye.